everybody? Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Welcome to this replay. Welcome to wherever you are watching this at. Today's live is about how to be magnetic, but truthfully, how to live a life that you actually want to live. Okay? Like, I need you to understand, bro, your life is simply not where you want it to be because you haven't configured your brain. You haven't configured the motherboard to give you the life that you want. You know how when you get a new phone, you got to set it up? Do you have the app? Do you have Afterpay on the course? Yes, click the link in the bio. Do you know when you get a new iPhone, you have to set it up? Did you know that? You knew that, right? So this is the same thing with your life, baby. I don't think you noticed that you had to set your life up. Now, first thing that I'm going to address is, and I'm saying this from the heart. How many of y'all have genuinely been feeling like, bro, I'm so sick of this shit. Bro, I need something new. Bro, I'm so tired of how I'm living. Bro, I'm so like, those are the type of people that I'm aiming for. The people, thank you for the rose, Mexican sense. I'm aiming for those people who are like, bro, I just need a new life. Like, I just need to recreate myself. I just need new. Now, what I want you to know is that if you guys have watched my YouTube videos, then you know I've been doing many experiments to figure out what spiritual practice, what way of thinking, how should I act? What habits will create a new life for me? And that's why I haven't been on, because I've been practicing. And I want you to know that it is okay if you fall off the horse, if you fall off the wagon. It is okay. I've realized that sometimes we beat ourselves up when we fall off the wagon, and we don't realize that that is a part of the process sometimes. And you know what you have to do when you fall off the wagon? Guys, I need y'all to do me a favor. I really need y'all to run up the likes on this live. Let's get this live to reach the people that needs to see this and that needs a change. Somebody said, why you not live on YouTube? It's not letting me go live. I'm sorry, y'all. It's not letting me go live on YouTube right now. It's not letting me. Like, I gotta focus on TikTok right now. Like, for some reason, it's only letting me go live on TikTok, so that's the only place I'm going live at. I'm sorry. Don't beat me up. I might go live on YouTube after this, okay? So, let's get into it. So, because clearly this is all about TikTok today, all right? And what I want you to do is, let's run up TikTok today. Let's show TikTok that this live over here is talking about some real shit, and y'all need to send some more people over here. All right. So YouTube, if you didn't see this live, it's because I could only go live on TikTok, but it will be uploaded on YouTube. So let's get into it. And I'm really going to break down like what I want you to do, what I want to see you doing to really, create a change. First things first, we have to understand that we have to start simple if we want to create a change. If you don't like your life, you can't say, all right, tomorrow I'm running 4 miles, and tomorrow I'm doing 4 hours of reading. You're going to set yourself up for failure because you're making it too extreme. And I understand some of y'all want an extreme change. But what if I told you that an extreme change is little changes over time? What if I told you that an extreme change is little changes over time? And I want to tell you right now, the reason why you're sad, the reason why you're depressed, the reason why you're not where you want to be right now is simply because you didn't learn how to control this mind of yours. You let everybody else control it. You let everybody else get you emotional. You let everybody else make you mad, make you sad. You can't say nobody put you in a bad vibe. Because if you want to tell me that this person put you in a bad vibe, guess what you're telling me? That you can't control yourself and you're letting the outside world dictate how you feel. Oh God, right? Oh God, right? That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're not realizing that every time you let that motherfucker at work piss you off, you slip away from the future reality that you want. Because every time you respond to that ignorance, every time you respond to that, you're telling it, yes, this is me. I'm in this frequency. Stop entertaining low frequency shit that you don't even want to be a part of no more. Like, you really got to get disciplined and go on a lifestyle diet. We got food diets where we say, okay, I can't eat this. I can't eat this. You need to create a mental diet, a spiritual diet where you say, I'm not going to interact with that type of shit no more. And you'll start to see you're going to get tested. Trust me. Especially, thank you for the rose, Eamon. You're going to get tested, especially because you're becoming more aware of it. Every time you learn something new, you get tested on it. So you're learning about control, mental control, because this physical reality, this matrix, it eats off of your emotional responses. But let me teach you something about when people try to get you upset, or when the outside reality tries to get you off your flow. Every time that you don't give it the energy that it wants, you take its energy. And that's called a pendulum. Thank you, Suntan, for the gift. That's called a pendulum. Every time, thank you, Sheila, for the gift. Every time a pendulum comes into your life, and a pendulum is meant to suck your emotional energy, make you upset, make you triggered, make you feel a type of way towards something. Every time that a pendulum comes into your life and you don't react, you take the energy of the pendulum. And this is what the successful people do, because guess what? You say you want to run $100 million business. Really listen to me, dog. Like, I want you to know, you've probably been watching me for years, for months. All I've been trying to do is express to you truth that you need to hear, dog. When I first hit my 6 figures and I first started making money, I wish my dad was alive to tell me some of this shit. And he used to tell me some of this shit when he was, alive, but I wasn't old enough to understand. First thing that he told me was never settle. Never settle, dog. Some of y'all settle for things because you think that's all you can get. And there's something in the book called Think and Grow Rich. Guess what? Every time that you settle for something, life will pay you only what you ask for. Life will pay you only what you ask for. Welcome, Katrina. So I want you to start asking for more, because let me teach you a psychology trick. If you demand more from people, they may not give you exactly what you ask for, but they will respect you more because you ask for more than most people ask. Thank you for the rose. So when you show people that I have high standards, I'm not telling you to be overbearing, but start asking for a little bit more than you're used to, and watch how people will be, really? And they will deliver it to you. You see, this live is about how can I tap into the version of me that people crave, that people desire? How can I tap into the version of me that just attracts opportunity, attracts money? And let me tell you something. I've done so many experiments, and what I've noticed is when you work from the heart chakra, everything is in alignment. And you may be like, work from the heart? What does that mean? When you work from the heart chakra, like, this is what I want you to do right now. We're going to get into the heart chakra right now. I'm going to teach you. If you can master this skill, and this is what Joe Dispenza teaches. If you can master this skill right here and know how to tune into this energy at any moment, you're going to start attracting, because guess what? The heart chakra is the chakra that has the most abundant energy from you to work with. This is an energy realm. Thank you, Nana, for the gift. Fest Burst for the rose. Thank you. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to put your hand over your heart. And I got this from the book, Becoming Supernatural. Put your hand over your heart, and I want you to breathe into your heart. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Send that energy to the heart. Come on, one more time. 3, 2, 1. And I want you to feel that heart. Feel that heart. Feel that excitement. Sometimes it can almost make you emotional. One more time. Take another deep breath for me. 3, 2, 1. Let me get you closer. Come on, let's do this one more time, because I really need you to feel this. Take a deep breath in, and I want you to send the energy to the heart. Let me tell you something. The things that you want come into your life when you have enough energy to receive it. So you may want to be a YouTuber. You may want to be a successful influencer. Let me tell you something. That is only going to come into your life when you finally align your energy to it. And you may be like, fuck, I've been hearing this all the time. What does it mean to align my energy with something? And I feel like sometimes we make it a little bit too difficult than what it really needs to be. But what it means to align your energy to something is you don't need money because you already are in abundance of it. Right? And that's the thing. It's like the backwards law. Consistently chasing something means that you are in lack of it. But when you finally stop chasing, thank you, stars, for the rose. When you finally stop chasing, that's like when it finally comes and you're like, what the fuck? Why is it that when I don't want it no more? Da, 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 da. Because that's how you act when you have it. You don't care for it. You don't need it. When you're that girl, you don't need validation. You don't need compliments. So becoming magnetic isn't saying, I want to become magnetic to get compliments. No, because a real magnetic person doesn't need them. Because if you live for the compliment, you die by the criticism. You die by the hate. So what I'm trying to get you to understand is, how do I already think as the version of me that is already successful? And the version of me that is already successful needs nothing. That's why I attract everything. I need nothing. That's why I attract everything. And thank you for the rose. When you're in that vibe where you're like, I feel like everything's going good. It's like you feel like, man, I got everything. Like I feel like I got everything. You do. You do have everything. But the problem is that you get in your own head and you be pessimistic. Let me tell you something. Yeah, you may want to live. Somebody gonna be like, yo, how did you know that? Yeah, you may want to move from your new house. But what if I told you that constantly complaining about the house that you live in is only going to send more energy to the next house, because you've created a reality in your life that the place that you live is not a happy one. So even when you move to your next home is still going to have problems, because you've ingrained your mind to think that the home that I'm in is not a good one. It causes me, I hate it. You cannot hate yourself into your next life. You have to love yourself into your next life. You have to nourish yourself into your next life. You cannot hate it. You have to show love. Say, you know what? Say this to yourself. Thank you, self, for doing as much as you can with what you have. Some of y'all don't give yourself enough credit, and this is why you can't grow. Because if you cannot appreciate what you have, you can never receive more. Because when will you ever give a child who is ungrateful more gifts? When do you ever give a child who is ungrateful more gifts? Never. You never want to, because you feel like you're not unappreciated. So imagine you've been trying to give yourself as much as you can with what you have, with the information that you have. Thank you for the gift. With the information that you have. And guess what you do? All you do is down yourself. All you do is beat yourself up. And you looking at other people's lives like, oh my God, why are they more successful? Why are they? Baby, what if I told you you're not really doing nothing wrong? You're going in your divine timing. And guess what? Your divine timing was for you to find this. Because what if it's just that it wasn't time for you to come across that information yet? Thank you, Princess Jazz, for the gift. Thank you to Voodoo Diva for the gift. What if it just wasn't time for you to come across that message yet? Or what if it just wasn't time for you to lock in yet? And that's a real thing. Sometimes you have to feel what you don't want, or sometimes you have to go through something traumatic. Thank you, Spiritual Shift. Sometimes you have to go through something that completely is emotional or dramatic for you to be like, holy fuck, I gotta change. That's why I'm grateful for some of the craziest things that happened in my life, because it really showed me what I was doing right, what I was doing wrong, what I need to work on, what I don't need to work on. And that's why I say adversity needs to be embraced. Adversity needs to be embraced. Stop running away from trouble or struggle or when things are happening to you, and look at it and say, what is this teaching me? These people have been pissing you off because it's teaching you how to control your emotions. And the reason why is because once you learn how to control your emotions at this job, you're then going to learn how to control your emotions when you got your own employees. You get what I'm saying? So you got to understand, you've been being developed this whole time. You just kept thinking you was late. You just kept thinking that you was this. Like, stop thinking that. Let me tell you something. Kanye West didn't blow up till he was 26. There's people who blew up. Like, I watched the Kanye West documentary, and Kanye West was literally, let me teach you something that I've recognized about success. Thank you, Spiritual Shift. Thank you, Javon. People who are really, like, people who are going to be really, really, really successful tend to have to watch other people have the very thing that they want first. I've noticed that people who are going to be very, very successful have to watch other people have the very thing that they want first. And then you know what I recognize? They end up being bigger than the people that they was watching. Watch the Kanye West documentary. He was watching other people, Mos Def, all these other people was getting signed. And he was like, man, I can't get signed. Like, nobody wants to sign me. Like, nobody wants to take a chance. I'm getting chills. Nobody wants to take a chance on me. Just for them to figure out that he was going to be bigger than all of them. Thank you for the gift. Than all of them. Thank you, Spiritual Shift. And that's what I realized. Like, you got to understand what is real will prosper. Let's look at XXX Tentacion was living with Denzel Curry when Denzel Curry blew up first. And Denzel Curry blew up off of the song, I am the one, blah, 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 blah. And guess who became bigger? Guess who became bigger? That's why y'all gotta stop thinking that just because somebody is where you want to be, that they gonna last. Cause they may not. You may be the younger child watching everybody else make their mistakes, watching everybody else move so you can have the wisdom. That's why you cannot be mad when you have to wait a little bit or when you have to go through the process, or you may feel like, damn, why I got to learn all of this, but people successful and they don't know half as much as half of what I know, because they're going to learn by mistakes. They're going to learn from their mistakes, and they're going to make hard mistakes where you're going to learn from other people's mistakes. You get what I'm saying? This is why you got to stop worrying about other people. Just learn from other people. Be happy for other people. Bigger gifts take longer to make. Exactly. Right? And then another thing I want to tell you too is a lot of times the most magnetic person or the star is usually the person not that comes in first, but the person that comes in last. The person that walks in late to the party. I want y'all to hear that. The person that is most magnetic is usually the person who walks in late to the party. So you worried about, am I late? Am I late? Am I late? First of all, there's no such thing as being late to something that is 100% divinely guided for you. But even if you thought that you was late, I want you to know that the person that comes late to the party is the littest one usually. And you usually have the most experience. And you got to trust what God is putting you through. You got to trust your transformation. Because one thing I recognized, like a couple of weeks ago, I wanted to go out. I was like, I'm not ready yet. And that's the thing. If you go out prematurely when you're not ready, you may just fumble the whole thing. And that's why you're coming across this video. That's why you're coming across this live, because you're learning what you need to learn to be able to have longevity and sustain your success. You're not a one-hit wonder. You're a person who creates timeless things. You're not a person that has no magnetism and doesn't create a world around you. You are a person of magnificence. And if you are a person of magnificence, you have to learn how to carry yourself as magnificence. Thank you for the dolphin. Thank you for the coin. Thank you, spiritual shit. So I'm teaching you right now, learn to fall in love with patience, because patience is the most seductive thing that you can do. If you are in a rush, my love, you're not seductive. You're not magnetic. Thank you, Emin Cherfi. If you cannot wait, you aren't seductive. You aren't magnetic, because the best seducers are patient. The best seducers are patient. So if you can learn to be patient, thank you, Charmy, for the perfume. If you can learn to be patient, you can learn to win. Like, there's something else I've learned. If you guys ever went into crypto, if you guys ever went into trading, you're the only one saying there's no sound. Turn your sound up. Check it again. You're the only one saying there's no sound. So what I want you to understand too is that when I look at trading and when I look at like crypto and when I look at all that shit, right, I've recognized that like the person who makes the most money in trading is the person who can be patient. And something that I've learned too is that if you jump in too prematurely, you can lose all your fucking money. You can lose all your fucking money. But if you let it hit its target and come back around, and then you let it come right where it needs to, and you enter right at the right time, you make the most money possible. You make the most money possible when you enter at the right position. Are we all clear? Everybody, somebody telling me that it's freezing. Somebody telling me the audio messing up. Are we good, y'all? Are we good? Are we good? Tell me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for telling me that. All right. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the gift. So listen, the biggest thing that I really wanted to talk about on here, and I have so much passion with this because I've seen myself transform so many times, and I've seen some of y'all transform. How many of y'all watching my lives, you feel like it's transformed you? It's changed your perspective. It's helped you live a life more of what you want. Come on, let me know. Let me know. How many of y'all feeling like when you listen to my lives, it's helped you develop the better mentality. It's helped you transform. Thank you for the gift, Willie Daddy. Thank you for the gift. You're right on time. We need more of it. I appreciate that so much. And listen, this is what I recognize the most important thing. Every business, they have morning meetings, right? You're a business. Your body's a business. Your mind's a business. But you don't have daily meetings in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And you may be like, what do you mean, Ori? Meditate in the morning to get in alignment with the God within you and to also get at a higher frequency. Let me tell you something. Start your day with a 10-minute meditation. Start your day with a 10-minute meditation. And what I want you to do is I want you to play a frequency and I want you to imagine how you want your day to play out. I want you to imagine the best possible scenarios. And what you're going to do is you're going to train your brain to recognize opportunity. Are you hearing me? You got to listen, y'all. I've been trained. I've been mentored by freaking Les Brown. I've been mentored by what's the other guy name? Tony Robbins. I went to a Tony Robbins seminar, but a millionaire paid for that for me. You know, I got to flex. I got to flex a little bit. A millionaire paid for me to go see Tony Robbins. A millionaire paid for me to get mentored by Les Brown. So when I tell you, I've learned so many things from very successful people. And when I tell you, I'm very grateful for the education that I have. And I know that my gift and my calling is to share it as much as possible because I know it can change lives. And what I do want to say is grab a book that every time you read it, it makes you feel positive. If it's this YouTube channel, if it's this live, you know what I'm saying? If this live is what makes you feel positive every time, you have to learn how to create a type of routine. Listen to this live every morning and watch how your frequency in the morning changes. So what I do is I work out in the morning. I get up 6:30 a.m. and I work out and I start my day with a workout. What happens is when I start my day with a workout, I'm getting a good dopamine. So now my energy is up. Everything is about energy, especially with these millionaires that I work with. Everything is about energy for them. If I'm doing it, it got to make me feel good. If I don't feel good, I'm not doing it. If it makes me feel less than, if it makes me feel bad, if it makes me feel unworthy, if it makes me feel like I'm in lack, I don't want to do it. Now, another thing that I've noticed too is you got to stop entertaining the idea of lack. You have to stop entertaining the idea of you don't have enough. You have to stop entertaining those things and you have to start challenging it. Now, I'm not going to tell you to do what I did, but what I did one time was I challenged myself. I cleared out my whole bank account and I forced myself to make more the next day or that day. Because I was like, I need to remove the fear of lack out of my life. If I say I'm going to be a millionaire, if I say I'm going to hit 6 figures, if I say I'm going to make 30K this month. And once I did that, I faced my fear head on because a lot of us, we fear lack. And that's why lack has control over you because you fear it. That's why lack has control over you because you fear it. And when you fear something, you give it importance. And if you give something importance, it makes it easier for it to suck an emotional energy out of you. Because if the simulation knows that all I got to do is do this one thing to make this person emotional, it's going to do that. And that's the thing about, and that is the thing about trading. That's the thing about trading. It's almost like if you lose money and get emotional, you're going to lose every trade you get. And this is what I mean about life, because I was watching a Joe Dispenza video, right? And I was watching Michael Jordan. Listen to this. Listen to this. Oh my God. Everybody comment. I'm listening because I got something good. Everybody comment. I'm listening. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Everybody comment. I'm listening. I got it. I got the message. You ready? Y'all ready? Okay. You have to get comfortable losing and missing and failing. And once you get comfortable losing and missing and failing, and it doesn't make you emotional anymore, it doesn't make you feel a type of way anymore, it doesn't bring you down, that's when you'll start to win. That's when you'll start to win. Run up the likes, y'all. Run up the likes. Once you stop getting emotional about rejection, think about it. In order to make a lot of sales, you got to make a lot of calls. You got to try to sell people a lot of your shit. And guess what? You're going to hear more no's than yeses. Michael Jordan missed more shots than he made, but we say he the GOAT. When you're trading, right? When you're trading crypto or whatever, right? You're probably going to miss more trades than you make, but it's about not allowing the trades that you miss to cost you much. So you're gonna get hit in the mouth. And that's why I like David Goggins. That's why I like Tim Grover and Kobe Bryant. Because what they do is they train themselves to endure being hit in the mouth. So that way, when they get hit in the mouth, they don't get hit as much and they can hit again. And that's the thing. When you fall, how long do you stay down? When you fall, do you, oh, I'm not good? Do you get super emotional, or do you study the loss? Because it's not a loss until you quit. It's not. It's not a loss until you quit. And that's the thing about magnetism. Like, it's like if you walk in a room and you're about to fall, if you know how to laugh it off, if you have enough charisma to laugh it off, bro, everybody's going to be on your side. Everybody's going, you okay? You okay? Oh my God, that girl, that was so embarrassing. Like, that shows how much confidence you really have. The fact that even you falling didn't even taint your aura. Like, if when Travis Scott, you may not be a fan of Travis Scott, but when Travis Scott fell on stage and damn near broke his leg, I don't see nobody saying, oh my God, that's embarrassing. No, when he got up and taped that leg and still kept jumping, even though he was limping, people gave him props. And that's the thing. You're gonna fall. You're gonna feel a type of way. You're going to fall off your wagon when you're looking to create this life that you want to create. There's gonna be days when you don't want to go, but it's the days that you don't want to do and you don't want to go that creates the most impact. So learn how to embrace the uncomfort. Learn how to embrace the failure. Learn how to embrace getting hit in the mouth. You feel me? Learn how to embrace that. Because once you learn how to embrace that, your mind will start to thank you. Because when negative comments come in, you're going to be so confident and so comfortable in yourself that negative comment is not going to affect you. You're going to let it pass by. You're going to learn what's true and what's not true. You feel me? You feel me? So another thing I want to talk about when it comes to magnetism too is don't allow anybody to bring your energy down, because if they can bring your energy down, that means that they were below you in the first place. Your energy is the key to your future. The way you think is the key to your future. Now, why are you allowing somebody else to affect that? Another thing too I want to tell you too is, in order to be magnetic, it's all in the mind. It's all about how you view yourself. It's all about confidence is how you think of yourself. And that's why I say practice makes perfect. If you practice your mentality over and over and over again, even if you don't believe it at first, your brain will eventually believe it. And that's why it's important to understand that magnetism is, it's a swagger, but it's about understanding your energy, because magnetism comes from the word electromagnetic. And electromagnetic is your electromagnetic field. It's your energy field. It's your energy field. And your energy field is like your Torah. It's like the Torah. And if you ever looked up a Torah, if you ever saw a Torah, it literally is like it's coming out of your head. The energy, your field. Don't fucking. Now you finna get blocked. 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 Because now you're trying to, man, now you finna get blocked. Now you finna get blocked. Because why man trying to recruit from my live? Don't fucking play with me, bro. Nobody wants to hear what the fuck you got to say. Because you trying to come on my live and recruit motherfuckers. That's not how it work, nigga. That's not how it work. Don't play with me. Now you finna block. You finna get blocked, motherfucker. You was finna get blocked. I don't give a fuck how much this message was hitting for your ass. Get this nigga up out of here. Boom. Anyways, we just had to clear the energy out. We just had to get him out of here, because that's what people do. People will literally try and come into your shit and take your energy. You see how it just happened? Do you see how I just spoke on? I said, most of the time people will come into your shit and they're below you. And I'm not saying he below me as in character. I'm saying he's below me as in like people, like followers. So what he's trying to do is he's trying to come in and take the energy. Because look at what type of energy we've created in here. You get what I'm saying? We got another one. Hold on. We got another one. Hold on. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Another thing I want to tell you is your ability to reject people when they start projecting too, that got to get stronger. To be magnetic, you got to learn how to reject people. It's crazy. She said, bye, Felicia. You know what's funny? You know, I interviewed Bye Felicia. Like, and she told me, she was like, yo, I love your videos. Like, I see you up here. Like, so it's crazy you said Bye Felicia, and I actually fuck with Bye Felicia. She's a Scorpio. Yes, I did an interview. It's on my YouTube. Bye Felicia. We went viral too, like, you know. Anyways, let me keep going. Yeah, so, you know, there were times in my life that I felt like I was chasing money. You know what I'm saying? I felt like there was a time in my life where I felt like I was chasing opportunity. I was chasing everything that I wanted. How many of y'all feel like y'all chasing the things that you want? How many of y'all feel like y'all are chasing the things that you want and it's not like easily coming to you? If you feel like you are chasing the things that you want, it's because you are. And your chase, you got to understand, you got to think about, this is the thing about magnetism and money. Magnetism and money is so connected because magnetism and money both require you to seduce it. Magnetism and money both require you to seduce it. And I want to tell you something about seduction. Seduction requires patience. Seduction requires confidence. Seduction is subtle. Seduction is silent. Seduction is quiet. And that's why when you are trying to seduce a man, thank you, Kai, for the gift, or trying to seduce a woman, you don't go, hey, girl, I like you. I want you. I want you to be mine, boo. You don't do all of that, right? You like, oh, hi. Some of y'all look at them and look. And if they don't catch that look, it's their loss, right? Think about it. Think about how you think about it. If they don't catch that look, it's their loss. But for some reason, you've made yourself think that it's your loss. And that's the problem. That's the problem. You feel like you're the one that's begging. And that's the thing. Exactly. I'm a Scorpio. And I'm born the year of the cat. The only time you see a cat chasing anything or chasing any kind of attention is when we're hunting. And that's when we're hunting for food. Look at a cat. There's a reason why. If you know Chinese astrology, then you know. But there is a reason why cats are very seductive. There's a reason why it's called the catwalk. That's why when you look at a cat, the eyes of the cat, right? And this is something that I've noticed. Angelina Jolie is born the year of the cat. And that's why she has that energy about her, right? Let me tell you something about cats and how you can learn from a cat about seduction. The cat's eye contact is supreme. You want to know why? Because that cat is going to show you that they're in charge with their presence. When a cat, I'm 1999. When a cat stares you in their eyes, you understand exactly how present that cat is. You know it's just you and that cat. When you lock eyes with a cat, it's just you and that cat. It's like nothing else exists, right? Another thing about a cat, when a cat, peep this, if you have a cat, notice this, when you call a cat to come here, it doesn't come. A cat will wait till you stop asking and act like it came on its own. When you continuously, come here, that cat not coming unless you got food, unless you got something it wants. But a cat will literally look at you and act like it's rejecting you, but it wants your attention, and it'll come when you stop asking to make it seem like it came on its own terms. You get what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, you have to stop being desperate. Every time you show that desperation, it's unattractive. Like, I don't care how much you're struggling, you better keep it together. Because you're not trying to keep it together for the outside world. You're trying to keep it together for your internal world. You're trying to show your mind that matter cannot win. I don't give a fuck what my senses show me, because you got to remember, you can't always trust your physical senses. Remember, there are things that you can't see that are beyond your eyesight. So you cannot trust your senses. There are opportunities working for you. There are situations working for you in ways that you can't even see, and you've seen it happen before. Run up the likes, y'all. Let's get this to 100K. So you cannot always trust what you see. And sometimes you got to understand the trick of life is it will try to trick you with illusions. But remember, illusions are usually at the eye. But the truth is in the gut. The truth is in the mind. That's why your gut tells you when to trust someone, even though they can be telling you something, another senses, they can be telling you something that you want to hear. They can be showing you something that you want to see. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And when you create an idea in your mind, when you create your new identity, this is what I want y'all to do right now for me. This is what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to grab a piece of paper if you can, or grab your phone. I want you to write down how you want to be perceived, how you want to be seen. This new magnetic version of yourself. And it may seem funny. It may seem, oh my God, this is crazy. But let's be for real. When we were kids, we had better ideas of what we wanted to do and who we were than when we started to grow up. And it's because as kids, we wrote down who we wanted to be. We wrote down what we want to do. We wrote down how we want to dress. We didn't give a what nobody had to say about what we want to do. So don't tell me, oh, this is corny that we writing it down. This is da 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 da. So tell all the millionaires that they're corny because they wrote down all their goals. Thank you, Milan, for the gift. Thank you, Imaj, for the gift. Thank you, Kai, for the gift. So what I want you to do is I want you to write down how you want to be perceived. And this is what you can do. When people see me, they're always in awe. When people see me, they are intimidated by my presence. When people see me, they feel my heart. They feel my love. When people see me, when people are around me, and you'll start to notice that the more you get in alignment with that, people will start to repeat the very things that you told yourself, your self-image. Thank you for the gift, sweetie. And that's something that I've noticed. This world is literally like a video game. It's like a movie, because if you tell it the script enough and you believe in it enough, the world will repeat your script back to you. It's almost insane. And I'm talking about synchronicities that's not just like you getting the parking lot that you want, but like some crazy synchronicities will happen. It's almost like crazy. It's inevitable because your mind creates think about it like this. Your mind creates the vibrational wave. Your mind is the mirror, right? And whatever you believe in your mind, the world will reflect back to you. Now, some of y'all may be like, I already know this. Well, guess what? It's repetition of hearing this knowledge that's going to make it real to you. It's not the fact that you know it that's going to create the success. It's you constantly repeating it and practicing it and hearing it over and over again. Sometimes I have to talk to myself. Sometimes I have to say, okay, Ori, what's going on? Okay, Ori, talk to me. Because your body, your mind is so intelligent, it will talk back. Your gut, a lot of y'all, your gut may not be in alignment. This goes back to magnetism. Your gut may not be able to tell you what's going on because you need to cleanse it. Go on a fast. Some of y'all probably don't trust yourself enough because when your gut was trying to tell you what was up, you rejected it. And eventually anything or anybody that is consistently rejected is going to give up. So you got to instill trust into your gut. You got to instill trust into yourself. Here's another thing I want to tell you. This comes from the book Mastery, and this also goes along with magnetism. This also goes along with mastery. If you look at the word magnetism and mastery, guess what? People who are masterful are very charismatic. They're very magnetic. People who are great at what they do are magnetic, right? And if you look at the word mastery and magnetic, they both start with MA, just like the word matrix, right? So let me tell you what it is. In order to become a master at your craft, you have to learn how to stop thinking. When you start thinking, you get in a way of what's natural for you. When I play basketball, I cannot think about what I'm going to do. I have to trust that all of the conscious practice that I did in my meditation, in my visualization, that it is embedded into my muscle memory, into my spiritual memory, into my mental memory. So that way, when I go out, I don't think. I'm in the present. But now when you go into your meditation, that is the time for you to think. That is the time for you to hear. That is the time for you to silence. But even then in meditation, the key to having a clear mind, a key to being able to direct your thoughts is to first stop thinking and to clear out the thoughts. Before you can move new furniture or new clothing into your home, you got to first get rid of the old clothing. And another thing I want to tell you too is that becoming social in magnetic in a social environment is a skill. So if you don't know how to sell yourself, if how many of y'all want to be YouTubers? How many of y'all want to be models? How many of y'all want to be famous? How many of y'all want to have a successful business? How many of y'all want a great network of people to be able to tap into? Do you know in order to do that, you have to be magnetic. You have to be able to sell yourself. You have to be able to talk. And that's one thing that I've noticed about multimillionaires. Multimillionaires, they invest in their ability to communicate effectively. Because look at how right now I'm able to communicate my message to you effectively. This took years of practice since I dropped out, since I graduated from high school. I started giving speeches. I started learning about persuasive and how I started learning how to give public speeches. I started learning how to involve emotions into it. You know who else taught me how to speak very well? Les Brown. Because Les Brown told me, he said, if you know how to communicate yourself, you can become the wealthiest person ever. Because all it takes is communication. The ability to get people on board, the ability to talk to people, the ability to sell yourself, the ability to be heard, the ability to persuade, the ability to educate people on the things that they didn't know. And another thing I want to tell you too is start investing into yourself. You work so hard for your money just to continuously spend your money on bills or just to continuously shop on Amazon, and you're going to buy something that you're only going to use for 2 weeks and forget about in a month anyways. Start investing in skills. Start investing in trades, because I'm going to tell you something. As the internet continues to progress, the wealthiest people are going to be people who gathered skills. So if you are able to communicate, because look, I make hundreds of thousands of dollars just speaking, just making music. Let's look at the millionaires who make music. All they do is speak. Let's look at the millionaires who sell products. All they do is speak. Let's look at the actors who make billions of dollars. All they do is speak. Right? So if you can develop the skill to speak, you could get big on YouTube. If you know how to walk in a room and you trying to get a new job and you know how to sell yourself, you know how to say the right things, you know how to get people's emotions involved, you know how to be influential. Do you know influence is the new commodity? Influence is the new commodity. And if you know how to be influential, that's why they took Michael Jackson out. Nigga was too influential. His mouth was working too well. He was singing too good. His emotions, he channeled, and that's why Michael Jackson was the most famous person ever, because he worked from the heart. He was a 6th life path. The 6th life path is the sweetest people ever. If you're born on the 6th, if you're born on the 15th, if you're born on the 24th, you are very sweet, very kind, very giving. And that's something about Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson lived from the heart chakra. He believed in no lack. He believed that there was enough love in the world. He believed in the future. He believed in positivity, and that's why he was magnetic. Somebody said, I'm a 9 life path born in a 2nd. So you overthink. So your problem is overthinking. So when you go out into the world, when it's time for you to communicate, you be overthinking if you're saying it right, if you're doing this. Let me tell you something about scripts and movies. If you are in a movie and you're overthinking so much that you look into the camera, you just fucked up the whole movie. You just fucked up the whole movie. This is why you have to learn how to stay in character. Those thoughts is the camera. Stop thinking and stop looking at the camera and focus on playing your character. You feel me? Like, that's the problem. You overthink, baby. Stop overthinking. Let me tell y'all something. If you want to create a change in your life, you have to create a commitment today. You have to create a commitment today. Like, you literally have to commit to this new version of you. And then what I want you to do is every time you feel that urge, like, for example, let's say your goal is to become more magnetic. Let's say your goal is to make more money. Who here wants to make more money? Okay. Like, who here wants to make more money? I'm just going to teach you something about making more money. Who here wants to make more money? Everybody wants to make more money, right? Everybody wants to make more money, right? Okay. So let me tell you something subconscious that you didn't know that you do. And this is why you really need to pay attention to what I teach. A lot of y'all don't realize that at the end of every month, you get stressed. So that tension within your nervous system is programmed within your body. So even if you do have the money, at the end of the month, your body is naturally getting tense. And that tension comes from you worrying about the bills. And because that tension is ingrained in your muscles, you are emotionally reacting to lack without you even knowing it. So this is why at the end of the month, you get more irritable. This is why at the end of the month, you're not having as much fun. This is why at the end of the month, you become a bitch. This is why you become the least magnetic, because every time the end of the month comes, or every time a bill comes, or every time you go to the store, you got to swipe your card. The response you give is, I gotta spend it. I gotta this. I gotta. And you're not realizing that these responses create another forking path on your timeline to become more in lack. But when you start to not give it that response, and you're like, okay, when you say, oh, it's $5, okay. Oh, it's $50, okay. Even if your body wants to respond, you don't let it, because the wealthy version of you wouldn't respond like that, right? So you have to stop teaching your body to get tense when it talks about money. You have to teach yourself what it feels like. And what it feels like is, everybody do that for me. Everybody give me a relief like, finally. Finally, the debts are paid. Finally, my bills are paid. Finally. Whoo, thank you. Because that's what you feel when your bills are paid, right? Okay, that's what you need to feel more. That's what you have to teach yourself. You have to teach yourself what energy you have to reside in. That's practice. Somebody said, honestly, how can someone not listen to your advice? I've been following you for years. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you for the gift, Sarah. Thank you for the gift, sweetie. Always become better and better. Wow. Thank you so much. Listen, I do want to let y'all know that I have a sale today going on. If you want to take it upon yourself, but I feel like you're ready now. And that's why I'm bringing it up to you now. If you click the link in my bio, I've put 2 of my classes together at a discounted price. And it's my seduction of money class and it's my magnetism class. If you are a type of person where you're like, I want to become more attractive energetically. I want to live a life that I want to live. I want to be more magnetic. I want people to feel me. I want my YouTube followers to go up. I want to manifest things more effortlessly. I want to live the life that people crave. What I want you to do is click the link in my bio. Click the link in my bio, because this sale is only happening for the next couple of days. Today's Friday. You got paid today. There's no reason why you can't finally fucking invest in yourself. You always invest in everybody else. You always give yourself to everybody else. But then when it's time for you to do something for yourself, you say you don't have enough. And if you keep teaching yourself that you are last on the list to receiving love, then that's what you're going to tell the world. So what I want you to do is click the link in my bio and sign up for the 2 classes. The classes is the seduction of money and the magnetism class. The magnetism class is going to teach you the psychology of human nature. It's going to teach you how to become more magnetic. A lot of y'all don't know that your cortisol levels are high, and that's why you have puffiness in your face. A lot of y'all don't know that you have to keep eye contact. A lot of y'all don't know when to create physical contact with people. A lot of y'all don't know how to talk to people. And if you struggle with social anxiety, or you don't know how to talk to people, or you feel like, here's the good one. If you feel like people don't listen to you, or if you feel like your presence isn't felt, then you need my class. You need my class. Everything that I've been teaching you on this life for free. Imagine what you get when you actually pay for it. The link is in my bio. Another thing I want to talk about too with magnetism is that when you learn how to not seek validation in other people, you will start to see more confidence within yourself. And you'll start to see that people will give it to you regardless. You know, there are people who are so fucking needy. And you can tell that they need it because, how do I look? I think I don't like it. You like it? You like it? Bro, let me tell you something. The least magnetic thing you can do is constantly be needy. Being needy is so unattractive. So if you're constantly texting that person that you like because you're anxious, you got an anxious attachment and you need them to talk to you so you can feel validated, you're not going to get very far and you're going to push that person away. Would you say that you felt insecure before, not heard and not confident? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Until I started to develop skills that gave me more of a reason to be confident. For example, let's put it like this. If you work out and your body goes from fat and not fit to fit and looking good, and you spend all that time doing every meal and doing every workout, you're going to get confidence because you know you put in the work to become a different person. And that's the thing. I know how to work social events. I know how to get people to buy into me. I've gotten so many millionaires to buy things for me and to invest into me because I knew how to sell myself to them. One millionaire, I told him, I said, I'll work for you for free. I said, I'll work for you for free. I don't need you to pay me. I knew they were going to pay me. But I told him, I'll work for free because that's how confident I am in what I'm doing. And they was like, okay, I just needed to get in the door. I just needed to get in the door. And I said, so anybody, they'll take work for free. And once I got in the door and I showed what I could do, they was like, we'll give you $1,000 a week. We'll pay for your flights. We'll pay for your hotels. We'll pay for your food, $1,000 a week also. And then whatever you help make with this, you'll get 10% of that too. And I was like, word. I got this all from saying I was going to give it for free. Because guess what? Sometimes providing value for other people is more magnetic. Sometimes listening to other people is more magnetic. Listening to other people is more magnetic. Some of y'all only listen to other people to respond, and that's not magnetic. And that's why I tell y'all, you want to learn how to be magnetic, you need to learn the psychology of communication. The psychology of communication is that if I slow my tone down when I talk to you, not to be boring, but if I slow my tone down when I talk to you, and then I raise it up, and then I come back to calm, you're going to be more intrigued because it's different levels of vocal tonality. You want to learn how to hold an audience. You make YouTube videos. You want to learn how to get people to watch your hour-long videos. Learn how to change your voice. Learn when to put excitement in your voice, and then learn when to calm it down. Learn how to instill emotion in every word that you speak. Learn how to be felt. And once you learn how to be felt, people will be buying into you. And this is what I teach. This is what I teach. This is what I teach. I teach people how to transform, how to be the version of them that they want to be. You cannot be boring like this and talk to people like this and expect people to listen to you when you talk like this. This is boring. You have to learn how to raise up your energy. Let me tell you something. In order to be very influential, you have to have a lot of energy flowing through your body. Now, let me show y'all something about my class. A lot of y'all don't know I am a successful Black woman at the age of 25. Let me tell you something. I've created my own app. My classes are on my app. I have an app, y'all. So when I tell you this isn't no little cheap class, this is not a cheap class. I put my all into this. I put my energy into this. And I promise you that anybody that takes this class and actually apply it, I remember one person told me, yo, somebody at my job just proposed to me because of me taking your magnetism class. And I was like, girl, I don't believe you. She was like, no, Ori, for real. She even came to my solstice event. And I said, what was it? She was like, I just wasn't easy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't chase. Her name was Rambunctious. She said she got engaged. She said he was toxic. You know, it's funny. He was born the year of the cat. She said he was toxic. Anybody that proposes to you that quick is toxic. But I just thought it was crazy because she said she was really insecure. And I was just like, girl, there's no reason to be insecure, but a lot of y'all are insecure because you know you don't put in the work for yourself. A lot of y'all are insecure because you don't buy shit for yourself. A lot of y'all are insecure because you don't put yourself first. A lot of y'all are insecure because you don't treat yourself as that bitch. You're insecure because you don't put in the work. It has nothing to do with anybody outside of yourself, but you. You don't invest in yourself. When I know I've invested in myself, I put myself through the finest classes. I've gotten myself the finest mentors. All I'm going to have is confidence because I know what I put in. Confidence comes from your practice. Confidence comes from your repetition. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's your repetition that matters. What are you consistently practicing every day? What are you telling yourself every day? You don't spend money on yourself, and that's the problem. And the reason why you don't spend money on yourself, is because you think in lack. But let me tell you something about the rich people. Rich people are not afraid to invest in themselves. Rich people are not afraid to invest in themselves, and you can't be afraid to invest in yourself. And that's why I tell y'all. Somebody said, if we buy your class, would you be considered our mentor? Yes. Yes. When you read books by people, you're being mentored by them. You know what I'm saying? So look, I want to show y'all something. All right? Let me show y'all something. Because I believe in you. I believe in you. And I believe that you're going to take advantage of this class. All right? I believe you're going to take advantage of this class. So I'm going to show you what this class is like. Okay? So the thing that you're going to get in my deal today, in the link in my bio, you're going to get these two classes. This class is 200. Why is it doing that? This class right here is $220. This class right here. And then the unlocking your magnetism is $99. So you're really paying $280 for something that is $320. So you're getting it for cheaper, right? Now, let me explain to you why this class is important. It entails numerology, and it uses your birthday. You see, if you look at people's birthdays, your birthday plays a part in your magnetism. And a lot of y'all don't understand that. Some of y'all are more magnetic than others, and some of y'all are very introverted than others. Now, something that I want you to recognize about the magnetism class is, number one, it's going to teach you about body language, vocal tonality, active listening skills. And then it's also going to teach you how to create a lasting impression. It's going to teach you about how to a lasting impression. All right. So I want to show you the class. So the last thing, not the last thing that I taught, but one of the things that I taught was the science of magnetism. Now, a lot of people think that magnetism is just being sexy, and it's a part of it. But what if I told you that magnetism also deals with how you're able to take on stress? And if you're not able to take on stress, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to read something to you. This is a teaching right here. Pay attention to this, okay? Look at this. So your cortisol levels could be taken away from your magnetism. Let me tell you what I mean. Cortisol, often termed the stress hormone, plays a crucial role in our body's response to stress. While essential for managing acute stress, chronic elevated levels of cortisol can negatively impact your various aspects of health and well-being, including a woman's ability to maintain a magnetic and charismatic presence. So what I want you to know is that the fact that you get stressed so much, it affects your ability to be magnetic. Because guess what? If your magnetism is based off of how much energy you are emanating, and your cortisol levels are taking away from how much energy you are emanating, your stress is also making you sick. Your stress is also stopping your skin from glowing. You ever saw somebody who was just glowing and it was just like, bro, I know you're rich because of how you glow. I know you're rich because of how you ever looked at someone and knew they was rich because of their glow? That's because of their low cortisol levels. Okay? And that's the thing I need you to understand. If you're going to become successful, you're going to have more things come into your life to try to stress you out. And you have to learn how to deal with stress at a higher level to make more money. Because guess what? Rich people lose more money than anybody else. You may say, oh, rich people got it good, got it this and this and that. You never lost $80,000 in a day. You never lost $80,000 in a day. Like, I was watching somebody literally, like, they was like on their money, right? And their money went down 80,000. And when I tell you, my stomach hurted. Like, my stomach started to hurt for them. And I was like, bro, that's why you make so much money. Because, and this is something Joe Dispenza told me too. He said, but what if the guy was like, but what about losing money? He says, rich people lose more money than everybody. That's a part of being rich. So if you're complaining about a price, you're not rich yet. You're not rich mentally yet. If me telling you, hey, this value of information costs this much, and you're like, I'm not paying that, you're still in a lack mentality. Yes, that's the correct link. You're still in the lack mentality because you still think in a 9 to 5 type of way, an employee type of way, instead of thinking, what is the value that I get for this type of way? And that's the difference between lack-minded people and wealthy-minded people. Wealthy-minded people, they look at the price too, but they say, what value am I getting for this price? Whereas people who are in lack will look at something for the price and say, okay, how much is it? And that's the thing. If you're only looking at how much is it, you may get this thing for cheap, but it has no value. Think about the people who buy all the designer but has no money. Right? It has no value, but you're spending this price on it. Right? And yet the wealthy people don't buy some of that shit. Not all of them. Some of them buy into it. You know what I'm saying? But the wealthy people don't buy into that shit because it has no value. The designer you wear at one time, it shrinks. It has no value. It's not that it costs a lot. Let's think about this. Some rich people do not buy designer, not because it don't cost a lot, but because I wear it one time and it shrinks. But you know what? Let me go get this real leather and let me buy the real leather that's probably going to be $400, but this leather going to last me so long, my grandkids going to have it. That's the value. That's the value. You're going to go buy something from Gucci that is like, that's why some of the brands, some of the designer brands I have no problem with, because some of the designer brands, you can continue passing them down. Some of the designer brands, you can continue passing them down. How is the studying plan for the classes? Everything is literally at your fingertips whenever you are ready. Whenever you are ready. So look. I want to show y'all something else. Something that y'all probably didn't know. I'm going to teach y'all some shit for free. I'm going to give y'all some game for free. Y'all want some free game? Y'all want some free game? Who wants some free game on how to be magnetic? Thank y'all for the gift, Jess. Thank you for the gift, Molly. Thank you for the gift, Jasper. Y'all want some free game? Let me tell y'all something, all right? Let me teach y'all something, okay? So high cortisol levels are closely linked to increased stress and anxiety. All right? Keep running up the lights. Let's get this to 100K. So high cortisol levels are closely linked to increased stress and anxiety. Elevated cortisol levels can activate the body's fight or flight response, leading to a constant state of alertness and heightened anxiety. This can make a woman appear less composed, more anxious, detracting from her magnetic presence. You ever was so fucking nervous that you was like overthinking? You ever was so fucking nervous that you were super conscious and overly aware? Too aware? And it took away from your magnetism? This is why you have to learn how to control your stress, control your mind. This is why I tell you, my magnetism class teaches you how to deal with this. Being in a constant fight or flight stops your ability to manifest. Because when you are in a fight or flight, you got to realize that you only see things from a very skewed perspective. When you are in a fight or flight, you only see things from a fear perspective. You don't see things from abundance. Your mind does. I got it right here. I found it. When you are in a fight or flight, you are unable to create. You cannot create in a fight or flight. And let me tell you what creation is. Creation is manifestation. You cannot manifest if you are in a fight or flight because there's no time to create. I got to defend myself. I got to survive. And some of y'all don't realize that you've created this fight or flight and there's no problems in front of you, truthfully. And 80% of the things that you stress about usually don't even come true. Usually don't even come true. Make sure y'all subscribe here on TikTok. So how do I get out of it? Meditation. And you may be like, meditation? How the fuck does that work? You have to learn how to use your breath and your mind. And when you use your breath, you can put yourself in a theta state, You could put yourself in a beta state. You could put yourself in an alpha state. And it's almost like putting your computer in Control Alt Delete. It's almost like putting your computer in a Control Alt Delete. And when you put your computer in a Control Alt Delete, you can go into your motherboard and rewire your mind. You get what I'm saying? That's something that I've noticed. Like when I meditate, every time that I meditate, let's put it like this. You have a jar of energy to work with every day. Okay? The lower that jar is, the more irritable you will become. The lower that jar is, the less you want to create. The lower that jar is, the less happy you are, the less magnetic you are. How do I fill up that jar of energy to be able to last throughout the whole day? Because some of y'all crash midday and y'all get super irritable throughout the day. What you have to do is your practices is what gives you enough energy within the glass. So when you meditate, it gives you enough energy to be able to have patience for that child that keeps crying. When you meditate, it gives you more patience to deal with that customer. Because if you're easily snapping, that means that you need to go back inside and you probably need to isolate for a little bit and you need to pour back into yourself. If you're easily snapping, you're back in fight or flight. And you have to catch yourself. What you have to do is you have to become more conscious and aware of yourself than you've ever been to be able to catch yourself from reacting. You get what I'm saying? Do you believe in sleeping with I am affirmations, audio videos? Do whatever makes you, like, everybody has their routine. Everybody has their thing. Like, everybody has their person that they listen to. Everybody has their book that they read that does it for them. It's almost like sexual energy. You know, everybody got that spot. Once you start hitting that spot, things just start flowing from there. And you have to learn that spot for yourself mentally. Like, I know when I listen to David Goggins, I stop complaining about shit. I be like, let me stop being a bitch. When I listen to Joe Dispenza, I'm just like, life is great. I'm grateful. Everything is amazing. That's how I am. You get what I'm saying? Listen, y'all. If you are serious about changing your life and you want to become more magnetic and you want to learn, how can I start to live in a frequency? How can I create a new life for myself? Click the link in my bio and get the deal of the day. Listen, y'all, take advantage of the deal. The link is in the bio. Take advantage of the deal. I'm going to teach you something else. I'm going to give you some more game. All right. So chronic high cortisol can result in mood swings, irritability, and even depression. So if you've been irritable, if you've been having mood swings, it could be because of your cortisol levels. Right? A stable and positive mood is essential for charisma, as people are genuinely drawn to individuals who exude positivity and emotional stability. Let me tell you something. My family isn't like this anymore, but at one point, I would go to my family home and everybody had an attitude. Everybody had an attitude. When I tell you, it made me not want to be there because the energy was so. Everybody had an attitude. How many of y'all know that person who just always got an attitude? Thank y'all for the gift, Jess. Thank you for the gift, I am Booth. I don't know how to say your name. Thank you for the gift, a Apple user. How many of y'all ever seen somebody who just always got an attitude? It's just, yeah. Hey, how are you? Hey. Like, damn. Be happy. Like, I hate being around people who always like, hey, yeah, what's up? Like, listen, I don't have to deal with your attitude. I'm up out of here. Like, whenever I see, even your partner, if your partner always got an attitude, just be like, hey, how are you? I'm good. All right. Anyways, I'm about to go. And watch how they go from wait. You gonna hear the wait. Their tone is gonna change. It's gonna leave from that hey to that. All right, never mind. I'm gonna go. They go wait. I'm telling you, that's magnetism. Learn how to walk away. Learn how to step away when people want to have that energy. Because guess what? They're going to recognize that every time, because you got to train people. You got to train people to see that every time you're in a low frequency, I'm going to remove myself. Thank you, Maisha, for the gift. Teach people every time you're in a low frequency, I am going to remove myself. And watch how people react. Magnetism. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. So boom. Some of y'all done put on some weight. Let me tell you why. Cortisol levels can influence physical health in several ways, such as leading to weight gain, particularly around the abdomen, which is, if you think about your abdomen is your sacral, your solar plexus is where, that's where your confidence comes. So now you're starting to gain weight around that chakra, and it's manifesting as excess around that chakra. It can also cause skin problems like acne, dryness, and premature aging. So do you see how your mental manifests on your physical? And that's why this is important. You see, when nobody has taught you the importance of energy, you don't see how it affects your money. You don't see how it affects your opportunities. You don't see how, like, let me tell you something. When I was working with millionaires, if I was in a low frequency, they didn't want to work with me. They was like, like, you need to get your energy up. Like, it's supposed to be good energy when you're around me. If you're not good energy, you can't work with me. And I never understood why. Because guess what? Their money was connected to their energy. And I can't afford to have anybody else bringing me down. I thought it was selfish at first. Like, why not just ask them what's going on? Or why not? Because guess what? If you keep asking them what's wrong, they're going to keep taking it and being, yeah, I'm just upset, and just keep complaining. Stop complaining. It's a beautiful day today. You're alive. Every time my stomach feels a little bloated, I feel like shit and not as confident, even if it's exactly. And you know what that comes from? Cortisol. So cortisol also plays a role in regulating your sleep. And high levels of cortisol can disrupt sleep patterns, leading to insomnia or poor quality of sleep. Fatigue and low energy levels can hinder a woman's ability to maintain a vibrant and energetic presence, which is key to being magnetic. Here's the biggest one. Cortisol can impair cognitive functions such as memory and concentration. Sharpness and mental clarity are essential components of a magnetic presence. Because guess what? If you're talking to someone and you can't focus, if you're talking to someone and you're always like dozing off, people are not going to want to talk to you because you don't know how to listen. So again, do you see how somebody said, damn, that's what my girl going through. You didn't even know, huh? All it took was this one look, and there's more information. All it took was this one page from my class for you to understand this. And let's not get into the meridian points, because this talks about how to make money. Let's not even talk about the meridian points, because that one talks about how to make money. That one talks about how to make money. How does energy affect your success? A lot of y'all don't know this. That's why sometimes I don't get on live, because if my energy is not where it needs to be, I'm not getting on live, because it's only going to affect y'all. My whole life is based off of energy. My success is based off of energy. And if my energy ain't right, I need to meditate and get myself back on live. Every time I come on live, I meditate and I detach. That's another thing. Learn detachment. That's something that's in my magnetism class. Detachment. Learning when to walk away. Some of y'all chase things too much, and you don't walk away when people disrespect you. You don't walk away when people disrespect you. And that's why you teach people to treat you like that. You teach people to treat you like that when you don't know how to walk the fuck away. When you don't know how to walk the fuck away, guess what happens? So what I want y'all to do right now is take advantage of the class and take advantage of the sale that I have going on right now. We're gonna teach something else from here. I want to teach something else from here. I want to teach something else from here, boy. I want to teach something else. Do I have my OneNote on here? Oh shit! I got my notes. Oh shit. Oh shit. I got my notes. Oh shit. Let's get into it. Y'all ready? Y'all trying to learn something else? Y'all want to keep going? I can keep going. I could keep going. I could keep going. But y'all got to run up the likes, man. Y'all got to get this to 80K. Y'all got to run up the likes. 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 All right, here we go. So here is the second part that I'm going to talk about. Oh, shit. Here's the second part. This right here is called the blueprint, crafting a life they cannot resist. All right. Now, what I want y'all to do is I want y'all to take notes. Like, I want y'all to understand that when I say my class is A1, I really mean that shit. And I really know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm a 7 life path. The 7 is the number of the genius. The 7 is the number of the teacher. That's why when you listen to me speak, you could actually sometimes feel the tingles within your brain. And the tingles within your brain is neural pathways being connected. The information is literally unlocking DNA within your brain. Just like the same information, the same feeling when you receive new information that triggers something is the same feeling when you orgasm. But this one is like a mental orgasm. So I'm literally about to mind fuck you. I hope that's okay. Oh God. I'm about to mind fuck you right now. So you may feel a little tingling sensation within your brain. Embrace it, love it, enjoy it, because it's a sign that this information is not foreign to you. It's not foreign to you. All right. All right, here we go. So the blueprint, crafting a life that they can't resist. You see, first of all, before we even get started, don't feel ashamed or don't feel a type of way because you want to live a life that people want. Don't feel like you corny because you want a life that people can't resist. Shit, I want a life that when people look at my story and they see my life and when they see how I live, they get inspired. I want people to look at my life and crave it. You see, you have to say those type of things. You have to say them out loud. Because then guess what? You're going to start to see that other people will come to you and be like, yo, I just want your life. I crave it. You have to start saying these things. You have to start saying these things. All right. So here we go. There are 2 types of people in life. Those who move through the world unseen. Hold on. Those who move through the world unseen, blending in the background noise. And there are those who, hold on, let me start this over. Hold on, let me start this over. I'm gonna show y'all back to it, but I gotta make sure y'all hear me good. You ready? There are 2 types of people in life. Those who move through the world unseen, blending into the background noise, and those whose mere presence commands attention. Their presence commands attention. It seduces opportunity and it draws the world towards them effortlessly. And I know what this feels like. When I'm in this energy, it feels like I'm a spoiled child. When I'm really in my magnetic energy, it feels like I'm a spoiled child. But I'll tell you where I fuck up. I start saying, this is too good to be true. And I start getting in my head because I be like, bro, like, it's almost like when you've taught yourself to be so used to misfortune, when shit start going good for you, you get scared. And that's something else you're going to have to learn how to work through. You're going to have to see, somebody said, how do you not feel guilty? You see, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's not that you don't know how to do it. Some of y'all may not know how to, but when you do it, you start feeling guilty because you're receiving things while everybody else is like working hard for it. It's like they're struggling for it. But for you, it's just easy. Exactly. It's your perception of your worthiness. It's your perception of your worthiness. Exactly. So look, this is what I want to tell you. This is not luck. It's not a coincidence. This is architecture. This is deliberate design, but energetic design. Rooted in mastery of energy, personal style, and self-belief. What did Bruce Lee say? Be like water. Be like water. Somebody say, you're teaching so good. Join my class. Link in the bio. Join my class. Sprinkle, sprinkle, baby. Join my class. If my class so good, if my teaching so good, join the class, baby. Let's get into it. So, in this world, momentum is everything. And let me tell you something. Going back to what he said, be like water. When water is stagnant, it's not good. It's not flowing. Water needs to be flowing in order to be at its highest vibration. So that means that you can't stop moving. You have to keep moving, keep your momentum up. Okay? So in vibrations, you have to keep moving. In this world, momentum is everything, and that's a law of vibrations. With it, every step becomes a stride, every day a victory, every encounter an opportunity. Without it, life is sluggish, resistance heavy, and desires feel just out of reach. Those who understand this principle, how to spark and sustain momentum, become the ones others watch, envy, and imitate. Let me tell you something. If you want this class, if you want all of these documents that I'm reading, everything, you can either click the link in my bio and join the class, or you can DM me. Okay? The two classes together, they cost $320, but you can get them on sale for $280. These are two courses that are lifetime, one-time fee, and they are lifetime. I will be adding information to these classes until I'm done. And when I say done, I mean done. You feel me? And even then, it's still going to have hella wisdom and knowledge in it. So click the link in the bio and join the class. You see how I teach. You see what I give you. This is for free, so you know you're not going to be disappointed. Hell, your head is vibrating. So you know what I'm going to give you. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. In this world, momentum is everything, all right? They possess that undefinable quality, an aura so potent, so magnetic that the rest of the world feels like they are playing catch up. Michael Jackson. This rapport is your gateway into becoming that person, the one who leads, who set trends, who other builds their dreams around. I want you to understand that I will give a warning to taking this class. My warning to taking this class is that you have to be mindful that you will get more hate. Because when you start to show up as your highest self, you will start to trigger people who wish they could tap into that version of themselves, or who see you and are reminded of what they're not tapping into. So be mindful that people will probably start hating on you. And learn how to accept hate. Learn how to be okay with it. Learn to see it as a sign. So that is my one trigger warning for this class. People will start hating on you. People will start saying, who do you think you are? That is not a bad thing. It's a good sign. It's a good sign, okay? So let's get into it. The game of life isn't won through force, but finesse. Through energy that flows like water, yet burns like fire. When you learn to embody that duality, seductive, yet purposeful, composed, yet bold, you shape a life that others long to experience. This is your opportunity to learn the rules of attractions, influence, and self-mastery, and use them to construct a personal reality that feels like it was stolen from a dream. Okay? So here's the first thing. The first rule, I want y'all to write this down in the comment. The first rule is play the game. The world bends to energy. I want y'all to write this down, okay? I want y'all to write this down. I want y'all to know this is literally how my class is. So I want y'all to write this down. Playing the game. The world bends to energy. That's the one thing I want y'all to write down for right now. Play the game. The world bends to energy. Write that down. Put it in your notes. Playing the game. The world bends to energy. You have to put the world bends to energy. You cannot forget that part. The world bends to energy. All right? So people don't follow logic. They follow energy, emotion, and desire. If you move through the world with magnetism, doors open where others see walls. You become the person people want to be around, not because of what you say, but because of what you radiate. How many of y'all felt like y'all was annoying? How many of y'all felt like when you're around people, you feel annoying? This class will help get rid of that. Because the reason why you feel annoying is because maybe you're over talking. Maybe you're saying too much. Maybe you're loud. You're not realizing how you're coming off. Okay? So You become the person people want to be around, not because of what you say, but because of what you radiate. This is the essence of power, not force, but presence. You feel like people don't invite you? It's because your energy is not like, they don't feel like they want to add that energy to their event. It's like you have to become an energy that is so high vibrational that people get high off of your energy. Like, I'm literally a person where when you come around me, your head will start tingling. People always tell me they get high around my energy. So, magnetism requires momentum. The universe responds to movement. Think of life like a game. The more you move boldly in the direction of your vision, the more aligned events, opportunities, and people gravitate towards you. Let me ask you something right now. This energy that you feel from this live right now, you feel very good right now. You feel, oh my God, I feel high vibrational. This energy, how would your life be if you felt this energy, this high vibrational energy every day? How would your day go if you felt this level of energy in the morning every day? But how do you practice that, but like safely in ways where people don't try you and test your patience? Baby, when you act like this and you start becoming more magnetic, people especially will test your patience and will try you. People will especially test your patience and try you. Why? Because guess what? The people that I want to be, the people that I want to be like, those are the ones that I'm going to test. Those are the ones I'm going to see how I measure up against. Those are the ones. So just practice having audacity then. Practice being unapologetic. Practice not caring about what people think. That's what you need to practice. That's what you need to practice. Somebody said, if we are born on the day that we are naturally magnetic and high vibe, how can we protect our energy? Controlling your emotions, controlling your self-talk, and working out. You feel me? And people will try to make you feel like you are too much. So be prepared for that. Be prepared for people trying to make you feel like you are too much. They will. They will try to make you feel like you're doing too much. And if you're not around other people who are confident and magnetic, you could easily get psyoped into thinking that they're right. Thank you, Maisha, for the gift, for the heart puff. Some of y'all will literally believe it. If you're around those people too much and you're not around people who make you feel seen, or you're not around people that are like the same, you're going to be like, yo, you feel me? So let's keep going. Okay, boom. So the trick is, this is the trick right here. The trick is to become a person who never loses motion. Someone who flows smoothly from one moment to the next, accumulating influence like a river gathers force. The person who moves with momentum sets the rhythm others follow. A motherfucker told me I got the job just because I pretty threw my whole feng shui off. I don't know why you let that throw your whole feng shui off. Because a lot of times it's not that you're pretty. It's about the energy that you hold. Your energy is attractive. You feel me? Not to be disrespectful, but there's some people that don't think you pretty. You feel me? So it's not that you just pretty. It's that your energy was attractive. And don't be upset because your energy is winning you the game. It goes again to you having some type of like guilt about it. Oh, I got privilege. I'm pretty. Da, 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 da. You have an energy privilege, my love. Yes, you have an energy privilege. And I want you to know, even being pretty and attractive is an energy. And the pretty and attractive energy, if you want to do it in numerology, is 5. And if your parents have 5 energy, there's a very big chance that you're going to be very attractive. So don't feel like, oh, I got pretty privilege. So da-da-da. Stop trying to make yourself a victim of something. You have a strength. That's what you have. Use it. You have a strength. Use it. Some people's strength, they not pretty, but they smart as shit. Wow, your birthday is May 5th. Do you know who else's birthday is that? Chris Brown. So when I tell you that is like a super magnetic birthday, but you're too aggressive sometimes. So what I want you to do is join my magnetism class so it can bring more of your femininity out. Because you just be too like, boy, don't make me punch you. Like, the May 5th, man, they be like, boy, don't make me punch you. Stop playing. Like, relax. You just too aggressive right now. You get what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm accurate. Are 5 life paths more good looking? Yes. Portia, I'm right? Portia, I'm accurate. 523, that's the same thing. Same energy. 523 is the same as 5-5. You get what I'm saying? And another thing I want to tell y'all women, stop with that resting bitch face. Stop it. Unless you purposely don't want to be approached, stop with the RBF. It will fuck you up. Stop with the RBF. It will fuck you up. You need to look approachable. You need to be You need to be your bubbly self. Why is your natural face like it? That means that's what your face used to being at. But if you're always smiling, you're gonna have a natural smile on your face. But you're always like, stop. It takes away from your magnetism. You feel me? Somebody said, I be chilling for real. Well, stop. Relax your face, because first of all that, look at the tension. Look at the tension in my eyebrows when you're doing all that. Relax. Unclench your jaw. Some of y'all right now, unclench your jaw. Put your shoulders back. Unclench your jaw. Unclench your fist. Some of y'all clenching like a motherfucker right now. Unclench. Your booty too. Unclench. Damn. You feel me? Unclench your jaw. Unclench. Let's continue. All right. So success is rhythm. Momentum creates desire. Those with no movement in their life become spectators, always watching, never touching. But those in flow live as though the world dances to their beat. Listen, y'all. I don't know. I can't give y'all too much now. That's all I'm gonna give y'all. But when I tell you, if you have not yet joined my magnetism class, my seduction of money class, I have a deal going on today. The link is in the bio. You can get the class for $280. The full price is $320. What I want you to do is click the link in my bio and join the class. This sale will not be up for long, so take advantage of it. I'm sorry, I'm keeping my... See, you a boy. That's why you think like that. Boy said he finna keep his cheek clenched. All right, so let's see if we can bring some people on. I'm excited to see what happens now. Let's see if we can bring some people on. Let me see. Who needs some magnetism advice? Only come on here for some magnetism advice. Somebody was, my cheeks was clenched at that, I bet. So everybody right now, click the link in my bio and join the class. Let me see something. I want to make sure I'm going to be able to hear y'all. All right. Okay, somebody said they requesting to join. Okay, they requesting to join. Let me make sure I can hear. This is my first time, y'all, so give me some, be patient with me. Let me make sure I can hear. Oh, can y'all hear her? Say something.
Hello.
You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Perfect. What's up? Talk to me.
Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. I just want to say that I've been watching you for a while now, and I'm super inspired. I'm also a fellow Scorpio, so I love everything you're feeding us, and I don't know, I'm living for it. I'm taking notes, and I'm just really trying to embody all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And what really spoke to me is like when you're talking about magnetism, I feel like I have a lot of those qualities,
Uh-huh.
but at the same time, like even right now, I feel like I get super nervous.
Mm.
You said something about a camera earlier,
Yeah.
like being on the other side of the. I basically have like stage fright, and
Mm.
I'm a teacher though, so it's hard.
Okay.
So I want to embody the confidence and the
Hold up.
energy to where I'm attracting my students versus like putting myself out there and
Okay.
feeling nervous.
Okay. So first thing I want to tell you is that number one, you're overthinking. You're overthinking. And the reason why you're overthinking is because you're worried about how you're being perceived. You're worried about how you're being perceived instead of focusing on your own energy and how you feel to yourself. Now, what I mean by that is number one, practice makes perfect. So if I'm on the camera a lot, it's normal to be nervous. It's normal. You feel a lot of energy on you. That's a lot of times that's why we get nervous too, because we feel way more energy on us than we usually feel when it's just us. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So an extra abundance of energy can make us feel like, oh my God, I don't know how to handle this much energy on my body. I don't know how to handle this much. You know what I'm saying? So what you have to do is number one, don't think. This goes back to performance. In order to be a great performer, you cannot think. But the only way to be a great performer and not think is to have made so much practice that it becomes muscle memory. When you know you can trust yourself, you can turn your mind off. You get what I'm saying? I don't think you 100% trusting your ability to perform yet. So what you have to do is number 1, you have to start putting yourself in more positions to feel that energy consistently. So that way, when you get put in positions of pressure or adrenaline, you know how to handle it. Because the pressure and adrenaline is always going to be there. It's not going to go away. Like, I hope you don't think that when you came on this live, I was going to tell you how to get rid of the pressure and adrenaline. No. What makes you a master is your ability to perform within the pressure and the adrenaline and learn how to use the pressure and adrenaline to your benefit because other people can't handle it. And the way you do that is through breath and practice. You feel me? Like, I talk to the camera so much, and it's weird to people to talk to the camera. So that way, when I talk to people in real life, and it's already weird to talk to the camera, I'm not gonna feel weird about it when I'm talking to people. I'm gonna feel like I've done this so many times. Like when I did my event, the solstice, I've talked to them on the phone live so many times that when it's in front of other people, I got nervous at first, but once I turned off my mind and I let my primal self out, my subconscious. See, it's your subconscious that's not trained. Because when your subconscious is trained, it knows what to do. So you may even have to tell, like, start writing down certain statements you want to repeat to yourself. But here's the thing. It's not conducive to repeat these statements to yourself when you're super conscious. You have to repeat these statements to yourself when you are falling asleep, when you're becoming unconscious. You get what I'm saying? In order for your brain to accept it, because when you are super conscious, you have like a security bodyguard that covers the subconscious part of your brain, where that security doesn't allow any statements or any beliefs to come in too easily. But when you're falling asleep, that security guard, I gotta look this way because I'm thinking, that security guard isn't as firm. So when you're falling asleep, it's easier to send certain beliefs to your brain for it to believe. Does, does that
So you're
help?
talking about like the theta brainwave state where like you're
Yep.
about to fall into a deep resting. Yeah, what's really interesting is that like this is all my realm. I'm a yoga instructor and I also facilitate sound baths. But it's definitely still the stage fright, and I can really relate to what you're saying once I'm like on a stage, but I'm in my realm, like my, I would say it's my. See, this is part of the problem I get.
You're
And
thinking too much. You're thinking too much.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
thinking too much. You're gonna
it's
find
my
it.
realm. It's my scope of work. So like, if I'm in a yoga class and I'm leading the class, I can easily take
You
notes,
know why?
and I don't choke up on
You
my
know
words.
why?
Yeah,
Cause it's a
it's a
flow.
flow.
There you go. There you go. So what if you did a flow before your performance, or you figure out the flow of the performance? And
Like choreograph it.
exactly, but even then, you see how when you're with your flow, you're not worried about how you're perceived. You're worried about your breath. So get back into your breath. You have it already. You know it already. You need to join the class.
I know.
You need to join the class. I'm going to take the next one. You got it though, right?
Thank you so much, Ori. You're amazing.
You're welcome.
Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
All right, let's do the next one. Talk to me.
Yo,
Yo.
so I was just coming on here. I'm definitely gonna get your book, definitely. But I was coming on here and I'm 18 and everything you just said, like I'm kind of going through this and I kind of noticed because like I'm very in tune with myself too. I'm very spiritual and I wanted to come on here and say like because like everything you just mentioned, I already noticed, but you opened me up to something new. It's
Mm,
not about what you know; it's about who you know
mm.
because it's infinite amount of knowledge. And I also wanted to tell everybody, everybody can reach the level of this goddess, the consciousness that she has through meditation, like she was talking. And the other girl, she was on her saying she had having trouble like talking and stuff. You need
Mm-hmm.
to meditate and tap into your throat chakra
Mm.
and see what's blocking it. Go look up and see what's blocking it, and work on
Yep.
that trauma field. But it's you. I've been watching you for a minute, and I like your work, and I just wanted to come in here and say that everything you preach is good, and I can vouch it, and I will be buying that book soon.
I appreciate that so much. I appreciate that so much. Is that all you had to say?
That's all I had to say.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, all right.
All right, next one. That's so sweet. Talk to me. Talk to me.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going?
Going pretty good. I wanted to come on here and say like I've been following you since I was 18. I'm 20 now,
Okay.
so like it's been like a real honor to see like from like where you started and where you are now.
Mm-hmm.
Right now I'm really trying to work on like my my anger issues, and that's air quotes.
I feel you. Is that
I'm
okay?
just
What?
better in traffic.
Okay.
I'm sure it's better in traffic. Today, like three people cut me off. I didn't say anything. I didn't honk, but I've really been working on being calm. As a entrepreneur, as a creative,
Mm-hmm.
I know like you just gotta be calm.
Be calm. So, what's your
Right.
question? Talk to me. What's your question?
And so, what would you say? Because I'm trying to reach this like new level. Like
Mm-hmm.
I feel it coming. And so, what would you say like the next steps are? Because I'm in your magnetism, and I'm sorry, my voice is shaking a
No, you
bit.
good. You good.
Wow, that I'm in the magnetism and seduction of money. I've been, paying attention, been real.
Wait. First, tell the people how you enjoy the class. Tell the people if you enjoy it. Be real. Tell them.
I love it. Like I'm sitting at the computer right now, notes. I'm like, yeah, this what's up.
Thank you. So I would say honestly, because I struggled with that too. I'm an Aries moon. So what that means is my emotions, I get really fired up about it. What I've noticed is, what does it cost me to lose my cool? It has nothing to do with the other person. Because if you constantly make it, like when we get angry, it's because we put it on the other person. But we have to really ask ourselves, what is this costing me to lose my cool? And then you have to think about the progress that you're making when it comes to becoming the next version of you. Do you want to feel like shit when you lose yourself? Do you want to default back to your old life? When you are so sick and tired of the life that you're living, you'll start to do what you need to do to not react. And what I started to do was also walking away. Sometimes you got to go for a walk. But also, if you didn't start your day off with enough energy or patience to begin with, you're not going to be able to last. So that means you have to start your day with meditation. Like, it's almost Bible for you. Because if you don't, you're more prone to crashing out. And again, what helps me is, what is this costing me every time I respond? You have to understand that every time you yell, you respond, you get angry, you stop money from going into your bank account, you stop opportunities from flowing into your life. That's what I would say. You got it? You good?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Here we go. I'm sorry if they're not loud, y'all. I told you this is my first time using this damn live studio shit. So, all right. What's up? Where's she at? Did she just back out on me? I know you ain't just back out on me. Girl. That girl just backed out on me. Talk to me.
Hello.
Talk to me.
Hey, Ori.
Hey.
I have a question.
You born May 5th, right?
Yes, I was.
Yep. Okay, go ahead.
But I have a question. I wonder, like, how can I get back to the holly jolly, like the person that was happy as a child, and I feel like I got like this because of so much stuff that happened to me.
I already know it. You don't even got to say nothing. Release your judgment. You judge a lot. You judge things and it stops you from enjoying things for what it can unfold to. When you judge things a lot, that's very adult-like, not childlike.
Yeah, I do that because, like, I'm in a relationship and I expect for him to be a certain type of way instead of embracing it. So it's like I'm driving myself crazy, I'm driving him crazy, and then I don't know how to enjoy things because I'm so irritated or I don't have patience.
You have a lot of energy, girl. Let me tell you something. You have a lot of energy on your body. And when you don't know how to maneuver that energy and create with it, you start to put it in other places. So that's why it's important for someone like you. You need to constantly be moving. You're born May 5th. 5 is the number of like travel. So if you're in one place for too much, that's all that energy balled up. It's like a child. You say you want to get back to your childlike self. Well, a child is always jumping and running and moving, and you got all this energy balled up in your body. You got to move. The more you move, the less you're going to judge other people because you're going to be so tired out from your movement, from your travels. When you travel, do you be worried about the other people that's on the flight? Nope, not really.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so another thing I want to say too is,
Saying like pour a lot into myself.
yes, and stop the judgment. Like, look at things with curiosity. Like, why does he do that? Why did he act like that? Why? Like, but not with a why, like, why you acting like that? Like, just genuinely be curious because you may be surprised at what you find out why people, and that's something that I talk about in the magnetism. Like, if you stop worrying about what you want from things and how you see things and you start putting yourself in other people's shoes, you're going to stop stressing yourself out as much. You're going to stop judging people as much. You're going to start understanding people's perspective and you're not going to judge them. You're going to be like, you know what? He avoids conflict because when I listened to him, he told me the story about his home. He's told me the story about his family. And then it starts to create empathy. So you want to move from your heart chakra. If you're not meditating, that's another thing too, because you argumentative. You could easily You know what I'm saying? Get hyped up too. So that's another thing, meditation.
Yeah. You're
I'm
right.
trying to tell you. But movement is key for you. You gotta move. I think this thing acting up. You got it though. You good?
Thank you.
Join that class. You born May 5th. You're the perfect birthday. You got Chris Brown's birthday. You look at him. People know him to be the next Michael Jackson. That magnetic energy, that performance. You guys are very performative, in bed and out. Okay. Yes, I know. I know. All right. All right. Is November 17th good for your class? That's an 8 day. That's an 8 day. Good. Good for money. Talk to me.
Hello.
Hey,
How are you? This is so
I'm doing
cool.
good. How are you?
Good. Oh my gosh. So I just want to say, like, so I work with like 18 to 26-year-olds, and I help with the career development, and we're trying to help them like destroy limiting beliefs. And like, I just want to say, you help me out so much to help them out, and like, I just love your lives, and
Thank you so much.
it's
Thank you so
amazing.
much. Especially because you're 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 taking what you're learning and you're giving it to the youth, man.
Yes.
Like that's what they need. It don't matter where it come from, as long as they know how to break down a limiting belief, how to spot a limiting belief, and how to attack it, and know. Like that's another thing. When we get limiting beliefs, we don't recognize when it's not from us. We don't recognize when it's coming from somebody else, and that's why in meditation you're able to get to the root of certain thoughts. Just like in a computer, if you follow the files, you can figure out where you downloaded it from.
Mm. And before I started watching you, I didn't know who Les Brown was. I didn't know who Jordan Spencer was. I didn't know who David Goggin was. Like now I know who all they are. And like I feel like this shit. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this shit. I like my spirit is like up every time I
Tight
see you.
shit.
Like man. And my birthday, February 3rd, 1999.
We talked about your birthday, didn't we? You're 33, right?
Yeah.
You are 19 what?
1999.
You 1999? Let me see something. Yep. And you a cat. Yep. I think you a cat. You a cat or a tiger?
I heard I'm a cuss, but I don't know.
Okay, let's just find out. Now y'all don't come up here thinking I'm about to give y'all the reading now.
No, no, no.
Cause no, not you, cause we done already did your birthday so many times. I'm just trying to figure out the cusp of that. Let's see. Yep, you a tiger. You not a cat. That's still feline though. So you're aggressive. You're also impulsive.
I like
Yeah.
to have fun. I like to have fun.
Yeah. Sometimes y'all can be a little stupid. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes y'all can be a little stupid. That's the thing about tigers. The cat is like the smarter feline. The tiger is like the body, you know? But one thing about it that your body can really transform. You feel me? Is that all you wanted to talk about? Is that all you wanted to ask?
Oh, I gotta ask something, man. I'm just so excited. I can't think right now.
Well, then again, you need to come back there.
Man, yeah, I gotta come back prepared.
Don't worry, I'm gonna be doing this way more now that I got this all set up.
Okay, for sure.
All right, girl. If I accept you again and you disappear on me now, I accepted you last time. You disappeared on me, bro. You don't think I ain't see that shit?
Oh my god, this is crazy.
Yeah, why you disappeared on me last time?
No, it's because I was having breakfast. Sorry.
What's up? Talk to
It's the
me.
time zone, man.
Talk to me.
Wow, I'm so hyped right now, yo. Okay. Everything you've been speaking, like in life today, has been resonating like crazy. Like I'm in this like transition phase of my life where I'm like noticing the patterns of where I'm self-sabotaging,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm so stagnant and not in flow that I'm like, I
Pause.
know what.
Pause. How are you stagnant if you're noticing the limiting beliefs? There's no such thing as stagnant, but becoming aware. Once you become aware of a program, you're out of the program.
Okay, so I keep making the same mistakes.
So you're in a loop. You're not stagnant. You're moving. You're just moving in the same circle.
Oh, okay, that's right, that's right.
So keep going. Go ahead.
Alright, so and um, I just feel like I need to figure out who I am. Like I've had so many times, and I'm a hero right now, you know. So I'm like collecting pieces of who I am and who I can be. I just
How old are you?
her.
Okay. Um, First thing I want to tell you is that number one, the fact that you're aware that you're in a loop at 24 years old is beautiful. Like, you have to embrace the shades that may to you not look pretty, but it's the same shade that's going to create the beautiful masterpiece at the end. You know, another thing I would say too is in our young ages, that is the time, like, you're not really going to know yourself. Like, I've become six different people within the year of 2024. You're never really going to really know yourself. You're going to know at your heart, you know, who you are, what rocks with you, what doesn't. But it's like the little nuances of your personality that you're still trying to figure out. And that's because nothing is set. Nothing is set in stone. You're still learning who you want to be. And I want you to understand that maybe it's not about finding yourself. Maybe it's about creating yourself and telling yourself who you want to be. You know, ask yourself, what do I want? Who do I want to be? And then work backwards from there. So you may say, I want to be more communicative. So then that means I need to learn how to communicate more. I need to learn how to speak. I need to learn how to, communicate myself. I want to be less emotional. So I need to learn how to control my emotions. Figure out who you want to be, what you want to do, and then work backwards.
I need that class.
So you got to join it.
I need that, but I just
What? I don't want to hear no but. You need it, you're going to get it, and that's it. Don't say something and shoot it down. Whatever you may feel like I need, but I forget all of that. If you say you need it and you want it, it will come when you least expect it. And when it comes, don't judge how you got it. Obviously, don't rob nobody, but you know what I mean? Sometimes, like, we'll manifest something. We'll be like, oh, I want $5,000. And you expected it to come in like some random check. But it's just your job gave you a bonus and now you got a $5,000 check. And you're like, oh, but I thought I was going to. Don't judge how it gets there. You got it. A lot of times when it comes, we don't know how to recognize that it came, you know? So all you need to know is what you want. And you have to make a decision that I'm going to get it. That's Think and Grow Rich. And once you make a decision, I'm making a decision that I'm going to get it. You don't need to know how. Just know that you're going to get it. And it will appear. You're welcome. Is that all?
that is all. Have a great freaking day.
All right. Make sure you get that class.
I shall.
All right, y'all. I'm getting tired, man. I'm getting tired. I'm going to do one more. I'm sorry. I'm getting tired. Let me see. This person been here for a while. Talk to me. Talk to me.
Oh goodness, I knew I was next like the person. Hi, I knew I was next.
Hey.
Thank you so much for your time. Check it out. I see everybody in the comments talking about they didn't listen to you since 15, 18, all those days.
Dang.
You are a so. When you talk about a light, when you talk about a freaking, I just came out with you right now. Thank you so much for everything.
No, thank you.
Everybody, like, just crazy. Every time I tune in, like, let me just tell you, I'm Pisces, I'm born March 5th, right?
Wow.
I just have always known, like, since I was young, I've always, and I had a very, very crazy, like, childhood, but I've always seen champagne, like, always seen my name attached to, like, this super powerful energy, right? When I speak to people, like, I channel. I don't know.
You know, it's scary.
I have this, like, what? But
Do you know
yeah,
my
so
my girlfriend's
yeah,
my girlfriend's last name is Champagne, just like that. And I literally created a song called Champagne. I don't know if that's the name that you're talking about, but I just thought that was interesting.
yeah, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's and you see how my name is spelled
It
champagne. That's a
literally.
real name. That is, and it's just I have been attached to this thing, and I'm gonna tell you right now, like every time there's some crazy things that have manifested in my life. I have been ejected from the windshield of a car. I've been paralyzed when I was, really young. I've been like with that accident. I have manifested just crazy stuff that I have literally, Corey. I know how to pull from the
Mm,
ether. Like I know how to,
yup.
and I also with my words. I have that natural like that magnetism in me.
Your
Like
birthday says it.
it's just
But
I feel right now.
can I tell you that that magnetism is funny because a lot of times the trauma that happens in our life is what gives us our biggest strength. I just texted that to somebody. Your birthday talks about emotional trauma growing up with parents, and that lack of emotional availability with parents or whoever within the household caused you to take that emotion and put it elsewhere. And a lot of times that's people put that into athletics, people put that into the arts, people put that into music. So whatever emotional trauma happened in your life, you took that emotion and you learned how to use it because of it.
Mhm. I I don't know how to explain this thing. It's just crazy that I've always, even though everything I was going through, like you said, it was deep. Like I was
Mhm.
paralyzed, but I would always see, like I'm telling you right now, I would always there was something pulling on me, telling me, Champagne, you are all of this. I had no idea what it meant. I
Mhm.
just knew that there was something huge that was guiding me. So many decisions in my life have been guided, and there's no denying, like just the presence, the way that I'm able to like tap in.
Yeah.
So I guess my question is like right now, for example, I'm going through some transitions, right? I'm just trying to tap into my power and like I feel like again when you go back to some of the things we're talking about childhood stuff, I think it would be helpful for me to be more like unapologetic and different things like that. But I be feeling like my energy is like under attack. Like
That's because it
not
is.
under attack, but okay.
That's because it is. You
You ever
you
thought about that?
you have an energy that your one of your weaknesses or one of your things that became a strength was your ability to control your emotions. So what that means is that if your strength and your weakness is the emotions, then the world is constantly going to try to trigger you and constantly send you energy vampires. So you probably struggle with a lot of energy vampires and you have to learn how to not give that energy up because of how big your energy is. So yes, it is.
Yeah, that's sorry to interrupt you,
No, you
but that's
good.
exactly it. Like I feel like I really do love people too. Like I love to pour into people. I love to teach and like send my energy to people because not only I just like the idea of expansion, right? So for other people, it's like, to see people growing is awesome. And I feel like I have been in a lot of situations where I have been siphoned of my energy,
Yes.
and I don't feel like it's changed who I am because when I tell you I bounce back, like when I tell you I will give it all and then do it all again without even thinking about it,
Because it's
when
your
I bounce
energy.
back, I just, yeah, okay.
You are always able to rejuvenate that. You will always be able to rejuvenate that energy. Let me tell you something. There is I'm gonna tell you a book and I'm gonna tell you a chapter to read. This is the book and the chapter you need. The book is called Reality Transurfing. The chapter is called Energy. I want you to read that. That book with that chapter is going to tell you everything you need to know about energy vampires and how to deal with them. You got that?
Okay. Okay.
Listen to it. Listen, go on Audible, get the book tonight, and listen to that chapter. And everything we talked about is going to make sense. You're going to be like, how the fuck did she know this is exactly what I needed? The book is called Reality Transurfing by Vladimir. Reality, I'm typing it in the chat. Surfing. Chapter is energy. Boom. Okay.
Got it. Okay, I wrote that down. Thank you so much for your time. I want to go ahead and let you just shoot your light into some more people on here because we need you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, one more. Talk to me. I couldn't just let you just sit there on the wait list. I couldn't just let you sit there on the wait list. Talk to me.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, okay. I've been watching you for about over a year now, and I just want to tell you, I am so proud of all the progress you've made, and
Thank you
also
so
all the
much.
light you are sharing to our youth and people. Okay, so I just kind of want your advice. I'm on my journey of becoming a musician. I am a musician, but I'm learning how to basically get into music production.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm more on the journey of doing it by myself compared to being like in a studio and having someone else engineer for me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any advice for me?
YouTube University is how I learned. And I'm not gonna lie to you, the first couple of months I was crying at my computer trying to mix my shit. But what I would recommend is use templates at first and then learn from the templates. That's the easiest way to get to a finished song and also still learn. A channel that I recommend is Help Me Devon. I'm gonna type it in the chat. Help Me Devon. And what I would recommend is start with easier DAWs like FL Studios, like easier to start off with. If you're on a
Okay, yeah, I
computer.
just have that on my computer, FL
Yeah.
Studio.
Yeah, don't like over complicate things or feel like it's because I don't have this mic, it's because I don't have this, it's because I don't have. It's not that, because there's guys right now blowing up off of BandLab. Is that going to be longevity though? No, it's not going to be longevity, but everybody has to start somewhere. And
Right, yeah.
don't be one of them people that be like, oh, I know FL Studio, like I'm good. Like always continue evolving, learn the next
Yeah,
one,
make
learn the
sure
next
that
one.
growth continues.
Yeah. Another thing I would say too is like freestyle as much as possible, like create as much as possible. Even if like if you're making a beat or you're making a song, you can only create a verse. Like go to the next one. You lay something down on that one. Go to the next song. Maybe you only did a hook. Go to the next one. Try to create as much as possible, and then when you come back the next day, go back to that song where you only had a verse and try to create a hook for that one. That's how you can create as much as possible. And another thing I would recommend too is studying Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson talks about how creativity in the book Mastery. That's another one. That's another one. Mastery by Robert Greene. If you're an artist, this is the best one for you. Mastery by Robert Greene. All right. That's gonna teach you how to master your craft.
Okay. Also, I feel like I kind of channel a lot through writing. So whenever I am composing, I write out the whole song first before I even hear any type of beat.
And that's perfectly fine. That sounds like Michael Jackson to me. Can you hear the beat in your head?
Yeah, like the
Mm-hmm.
flow, the melody.
Mm-hmm. That's why I told you, listen to Michael Jackson. Listen to his stories. You'll see how his songs, it came to him all in his head, and he would go in his bathroom with like a looper and then make the snare. Like you may just be just like that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You good?
Yeah. Okay, I just have one more question.
All right.
As a life path number 9, could you give me a piece of advice?
Learn how to know when something is your thought and when something is someone else's thought. Learn,
That was a good one.
learn,
I
learn,
always have that problem.
learn how to differentiate the two. Got it? You're welcome. Y'all need to join my class. Y'all need to join my fucking class. If y'all talk to me.
What's up, Sticks?
Hey,
OG, what's up?
how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
That's what's up. Okay, so I've been not trying to, I've been doing the word, childhood trauma, working through that. One limiting belief I feel like I really have is judging people, which
Mm.
we kind of hit on earlier, and detaching from, just needing the outcome to go a certain way. So I guess my question to you is, if you had to start over, would you detach in a different way, or would you like what would your approach be from trying to get to that next level of, okay, I'm processing what I went through, I'm understanding what's going on, now I'm ready to take it to the next level, being consistent and just working in that direction.
First thing I would tell myself is that every trauma was equipping me with something that I needed to be the person that I needed to be. Every trauma was a part of the life story, and it happened to develop you into that person. And it's a part of your testimony. Nobody is gonna, like, this is what I tell my old self, Ori, nobody's gonna listen to you if you don't have some shit that you've been through, that you overcame, and that you turned it into something. You have to be able to alchemize trauma. Trauma is meant to be used for, it can become your dark side, and that dark side is that force that you use. Another thing I would say too is I would get really deep into manifestation, like really learning the quantum mechanics, like between Neville Goddard and Joe Dispenza, studying them really hard, and every day focusing on the law of assumption, assuming that I'm that person, no matter how weird it seems, no matter how crazy I seem, focusing on believing that I'm where I want to be in this moment. That is what I would focus on the most, because when you start to see life as the version of you that is successful, that the version of you that is the happiest, you don't judge as much, because a lot of times we judge from the lack, or we judge from, it's a word, like we basically judge from the lack.
That's such my problem, honestly, because I feel like I grew up really reinforcing that, like seeing my mother be like, oh, look what she got on, or like, oh, don't be like that, or you gotta be like this and be like that. And I feel like I was so stifled because I wanted to be creative, and I'm really wanting to heal my inner child right now, and also teach her the things that I should have learned from my dad and from my dad, and just really trying to balance that feminine and masculine aspects and positive things that I feel like I didn't receive growing up.
Something I would say too about the judgment is that the judgment is not that the judgment in itself is always bad. It's about understanding like where the judgment comes from, because a lot of times we're judging because we see ourselves, and we are afraid of being that version of us again. So for example, like, I'll look at somebody's face, or I'll look at somebody's teeth, and I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, not, oh, like, oh, you got ugly teeth, or oh, you got ugly skin. I also am from a lack, like a point of empathy, where I understand they may just have a lack of information, a lack of education. It may be their genetics, it may be their hormones. So I, it's like you can judge and have a level of empathy because you're human, but understanding like, okay, cool, like, where is this judgment coming from? Is this coming from the version of me that's like the lower vibrational self, or is this coming from the version of me that overcame that? Because a lot of times elders judge because they already overcame it. That's something that I learned from African spirituality. But your judgment still doesn't mean that it's needed, because we could judge people for their path and not realize that they're not meant to go down a straight path. So we're judging them because their path not straight, but they wasn't meant to go on a straight path. So just it's just, you have to, it's like balance with everything. It's balance. But when you but when you catch yourself like, why she wearing that? No, 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 no. You know what I'm saying?
Just very surface level things.
Yeah, because if you're judging why she's wearing that, you're going to constantly be worried that somebody's thinking that of you. And that same judgment that you're putting on someone else, that becomes your own inner voice.
And I'm
you may have too many. You may be on social media too much to the point where you can see people life too much too.
Right.
Like you got to get back into yourself where it's like I'm not even worried about what she got going on.
Right, commenting too much. One thing I've noticed that I have unfortunately developed a little bit is low-key being a comment warrior and like
Mm.
going to the comments immediately, like, "Ooh, I wonder what people are saying about this before I even started watching what I'm watching."
Oh, sis, wait, sis, I got something for you though. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you how. Let me tell you how I recognize that fucked with my creativity. We have to limit our influence from social media. You feel me? Not to say that social media can't be used, but when I hear you say that, oh, I'm checking the comments, that lets me know that like you're receiving a lot of stimuli to the point where it's like some of them judgments, not even your own thoughts or your own voice. Some of those judgments are judgments that you heard from mom, dad, or whatever, and you're judging from other stimuli that you've received. So what you probably need to do is go on like a detox and remove all external stimuli, TV, anything that makes you like Twitter. Oh my god. Twitter will have you taking on other people's thoughts. So that may be what you have to do. You may have to like remove yourself for a little bit and just have no type of influence and start getting your influence from real world shit like nature and real emotions and the things that people really go through, you know? If you're gonna be on social media, you need to have a type of curiosity or you need to have an intention. But social media is so dangerous to the creative.
It is, and I am a creative. I've been an artist from a young
See
age.
how I knew that?
Because you just be knowing. Come on now, I'm gonna tap that say something, baby.
Oh, you don't watch me go through everything.
Come on, stick spreader. Yeah.
Yeah, you've been
So
here.
yeah, I've internalized a lot of things, and I feel like the internalization phase is over for me. I'm
Mm.
getting action, but I'm getting blockers with putting in the action. I'm like, where are those blockers coming from? Okay, I'm undoing the childhood trauma.
Mastery.
What's going on more recently?
Mastery by Robert Greene is going to help you so much because I started as an artist, I started listening to Mastery by Robert Greene literally like 2 days ago. And it made me realize that having so much influence and external stimuli removed me from my instincts. And that's maybe what you feeling.
I really feel like it is because I do feel bombarded with opinions and
It's
wanting.
others, the world.
And so, how would you say to go about balancing wanting to create, this online presence, this world for myself where I'm benefiting from what I love to do, but not getting sucked in too much? That's where I'm like,
The best creatives,
I don't know.
the best creatives are barely even on social media. So you have to learn how to create more than you consume.
Mm,
And you gotta like find the people on social media that you can go to for education, because I'm not going to tell you just get off of social media. That's not the key. I get on social media, I use it, I'm very mindful though. When I start doom scrolling, that's consciousness though. I have like my own self-awareness that I developed that can say when I start grabbing it, hey, it'll literally yell at me, hey, what are you doing? So what I started to do was I am conscious of what I'm consuming. So I only listen to or I only watch creators that are fueling me and educating me.
right.
And I also only listen to artists who are making art based off of real life instead of trends. Because a lot of times, let me tell you something, as artists, we so focused on what's winning today. And that's not what you should be doing. Stop focusing. You should only be in the present when it comes to like your breath and when you're creating it in that moment. But when you're creating new ideas and you're brainstorming, you should be in the future.
And I think one thing I've been working on as well is letting go of the past and not ruminating. I have a hard time not
Yep.
ruminating on what ifs or, oh, if only I could have just, oh, if I could have just cussed her out a little bit better, oh, if I could have just,
Yeah.
just letting go of that. It doesn't matter. I can be better
Mm-hmm.
next time I have to cuss cuss someone out, but next time I have to assert my dominance or
Mm-hmm.
protect myself or even just go after what I want. That's why putting myself out there is like getting over that fear, just the rejection. I do have a deep fear of rejection, and I
Really?
have an attachment style that I
Mm.
feel like is avoidant. It's like I want to avoid not good moments, but then it's like you can't not avoid good moments. But I kind of grew up to avoid it deeply, and
Yeah.
watching that cycle of just when it's good is good, and then when it's not good, it's not that it's even bad. Bad. It's just nothing. It's not.
Mm.
I'm not even seeing turmoil. I'm not even seeing interaction in that way. So just learning how to undo that and
See, that's why I tell people to take a small hobby or side job within sales.
mm,
I do sales, so well, like, let me tell you something. Comments, negative comments, they really don't do. I don't even think they're real.
right.
Like, they don't even shake me. And another thing, I was an athlete too, so I had a coach that would yell at me, and I had to learn how to not take his tone of voice personal, but to hear what he was saying. So that's another thing. Like, you, as an artist, imagine recording and the people that you're recording inside can't hear what you're hearing. That is one of the most nerve-wracking things, because it's like, oh, they're hearing me raw voice, not even a song. That when you're able to not give a fuck, that's when you'll be able to create at your highest level. But again, I'm telling you, that book Mastery, you're gonna be like, oh my, have you read it yet? Mastery by Robert Greene.
I haven't, but I've been listening to more and more like Joe Dispenza and I forgot who's the other guy who wrote Artist Addiction.
My Yes, the same guy. Listen,
Yeah, okay,
the artist seduction is the same guy who wrote Mastery. Read
okay,
that book. You're gonna come back like, what the fuck? That is single-handedly my creativity Bible, and that book is the reason why I told that lady that I will work for her for free. That book single-handed, and that book is the reason why I was getting on the flights for free. I was getting that food for free. I was getting to meet people for free. So I'm telling you, that book is really a powerful book. Take advantage of it
okay. I definitely will because
and get the class.
oh yes, gotta get the class. Most
if
definitely
if
gotta.
if there's any of the classes you should get, the main one I think you should get is magnetism, because magnetism is about learning how to sell yourself, learning how to present yourself, learning how to talk to people, learning how to create a charisma. Like, when I think of magnetism class, I think of Kanye. And that's some what's your birthday?
April 1st, 1997.
April 1st.
97.
Yeah, you're meant to perform. Yep, but you have to work hard for it.
Right.
Like, you have to work harder than everybody else. Hold on.
Aries, Sun, Cat Moon.
Yeah, but you're gonna be traveling. You're gonna be traveling for the rest of your life. So something you're gonna be doing is gonna work out for you, because you're gonna be traveling. Like,
That's
when I say traveling, I mean, like, you're not gonna be in one place. You're probably gonna be living out of a fucking book bag.
mm,
A good thing, though.
right. And I feel like I've never felt really allegiance to where I'm from.
Mm-hmm.
Not in like, okay, I don't care about where I'm from, but it's never been a thing I identify with. And I wanted to see the world forever and do a lot with my friends. Never just not let the rejection, the fear of that, just putting myself out there like unapologetically, candidly, and removing that pain, not pain like you said, just the tension, the
Mm-hmm.
memory, that trauma that you feel, and you tense, and you just do these things unconsciously. You realize that you're shrinking, like you were saying with music. Like I record music as well, but one thing I find myself doing is being like embarrassed almost to ad lib or
Okay,
sing
but
along.
so that embarrassment has to deal with practice.
Right.
You're not confident enough yet. And it may not even be that you're not good. You just haven't practiced enough for you to feel worthy.
Mm,
It's not that you're not good. You just haven't practiced enough for you to feel confident in it and be like, I do that too many times for me to fuck up right here.
right.
But it's natural to get nervous. Some of the most talented people get nervous. Like, I know SZA, Summer Walker. It's okay, because artists are usually introverted. You know,
Right.
so now we're asking the artist to be big, and so I'm telling you right now, this is This is meant for you, though. It's just going to take a lot of structure. You're the type of person where you need structure and freedom at the same time.
Always felt like that.
Yeah.
You talking? You spitting hard.
It's what I do, man.
A whole note full of just notes from the whole life before I even got home.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna lock in with the class. Now you do private readings too, though.
Yes, I do.
Okay, cool. But thank you for the
Of course.
tip of the iceberg. You know, we're gonna be rocking with you because you're rocking with us. Much love, keep going.
Of course.
The masses, all that. Your lives always come when I need to see them, and I'm very grateful I got to talk to you for a little bit because you one of them ones.
Thank you so much.
Period. Thank you, Ori.
Oh, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm tired, y'all. I gotta go, man. I gotta go. Hold on, I'm trying to see. Yeah, I gotta go, child. I'm tired. I gotta go. I'm tired, y'all. I gotta go. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Later. How I end this? All right. Damn, we was live for 2 hours. My girl finna be mad. All right. Click the link in my bio and join my. He said one question. No, you already was on here too. I love you guys. Link in my bio. Join the class. How I end this? Here we go. Damn. Boy, I'm tired. Boy, I'm tired.